Hello and welcome to this tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make an object from SketchUp follow you and leave a track behind you as you walk in the Sandbox 2 editor in Crysis. In SketchUp I have traced out this human cutout. Before you export this, make sure that the axes are in the middle and not to the left or to the right of the model, because once you export it, it won't be directly behind you. So do this, we'll make a line and we'll right click, change axes, make sure it's directly into the midpoint, and there we can export it. In the Crysis environment, we'll go database, we'll create a new one, we'll call it testing. If you're going to name these, make sure you use an underscore and not space, because spaces don't work. And we'll add a new item, script, entities, physics, basic entity, call that test underscore A. In the model, when you're going to bring in the object, so this one, and then we'll go to flow graph, file new. Now we'll get all the nodes in and then we'll link them up and I'll show you how it all works. So we need an input key, so add node input key, we need two, so copy and paste. Time delay, so a time delay, a logic gate, so logic gate, and a logic any, game local player, a vec3, so add node vec3, we want two of them, so copy and paste, and entity get pos, so get pos, and an entity pos, so entity pos, and finally add node an entity SpawnAchrtype. So that's basically all you need. Input key is what you press to start, and the second one is what you press to stop the track from following you. So the first one we'll use P and the second one is N. If you are using different characters, make sure they don't do anything in the game, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so from input key to press, we want to open the gate, which will allow us to make the tracker happen, and pressed again to close. And from the time delay is now set to 1 second. You can set it to 0.3, so it just quickly follows you. So pressed the first one to this one and out, and that one to number 2. Now the game local player for the get pos and the entity pos, so it gets the position of the local player and the entity we are spawning behind us. The vec3, you want one for the position of the entity, and you want one to rotate the entity while you walk so it follows you in all the directions. Now you'd want to find out what your position of the object is, so mine is -90, so I'll use that. Now we want, so when the button is pressed it spawns. Now for the spawn archetype, back in the database, that object name is what we want to spawn, so the archetype name must be exactly what's written there. If it's all caps, then it all should be capitals, so copy that exactly. Test underscore A. So testing dot, yep. Okay, and there's your flow graph. So yep, that's it. Now let's jump in the world and we'll see how it goes. This is an obstacle course I created, so we'll just have a little run around in that. So Control G,
Maximum armor.
just show you when we press P that it's following you. We'll press N. Okay, now to run around in here, have a go.
Maximum armor.
Okay, so press P. Right now it's leaving a track behind me. Press N, and there you go. That's how you make an object follow you around in the sandbox editor environment. Thanks for watching.